So for those who don't know, my name is Dimitry, fellow Russian-speaking Jew. RSJ. Had the pleasure of knowing a lot of you guys for years. Had the pleasure of seeing some fresh faces here, so you guys will get to know more about me, my style, my vibes, and what I do with my specialty, which is helping folks make smart money decisions. I'll share with you more about my history and more of that story, but really today's presentation is teaching you guys stuff that probably has never been taught in any classroom that you've been in. I guarantee that all of you guys have bank accounts. Am I going on a hunch here and saying all of you have bank accounts? Yes? No? Yeah, we do. You're lying. She's lying. And at the same time, right? We are working hard. We're making money. We have bills to pay. Yes?
Yes.
Can I get a yes if you want to make smarter decisions with your money? Yes or no? Oh, I love it. I love it. Cool. So, see the energy. This is what we were talking about here. Hyping up the energy. All right. We'll have this recording, so for anyone who wants to get a recording of the video, we'll have it for later, because I don't want any of you guys to take notes. You guys can be here and be present with us. We'll take, 15 minutes? I won't take longer than that. Yeah. So let's go a little bit background on me. I was working since I was 14, Star Market back in groceries. Became a cashier when I was 15 years old. Because you know me, I want to learn new skills and apply them and climb the corporate ladder. And I was managing the front end by the time I was 16. And then, so I graduated Newton North High School after junior year. Go Tigers. So when I was 13 in 8th grade, I found out that you could do 4 years of high school in 3 years if you take summer school optionally and volunteer your time to do that. So that's how I spent my summers, was working at Star Market and taking summer school optionally to graduate when I was 16 years old out of high school. I then enrolled in LaSalle College, and college was great. Best 6 months of my life. I dropped out in March of the year after. So yeah, I went that really weird path where I dropped out of college before my friends graduated high school. They say if you're gonna fail fast and fail forward, right? Yes. So yeah, hey, at 18 years old, I was a bank teller at Bank of America in Waltham. It was cool. Rajon Rondo would come in all the time. A lot of Celtics players would come in. And I loved it. And then from 18 to 19, I was at Citizens Bank opening up accounts for people. You know, you'd come in there and say, hi, I want a checking and a savings account. And I would be able to help you out and open up those accounts for you. And then at 21 years old, I became licensed as a financial advisor. So it's been 10 years now, which is crazy to think. Since 2008, 2009, where, my entire career has been helping folks with all parts of their finances. Let's build a house. So who here has ever heard the phrase assets and liabilities? Are those familiar phrases to folks? Accounting classes, anyone? Yeah? All right. Remember your first name.
I'm Jason.
Jason, that's right. Jason, if I had a magic wand and paid off your liabilities, so that means any student loans you might have, paid them off. Any credit card debt you might have, paid it off. Any car loan you might have. I waved this magic wand and paid it off right now. How would you feel? Wow, freaking excited, holy shit. Would you agree everybody would want that to happen to them, yes? Yeah. Guys, does everyone understand we need to pay down our liabilities? Everybody gets that, right? No surprise here. And what are we supposed to do with our assets, up or down? Up. Everybody gets that, yes? If I waved this magic wand and he checked his online banking and saw $50,000 more in his savings account, Jason, how would you feel?
Woo!
I love it, holy shit. So guys, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody gets this, right? Assets up, liabilities down. Everybody gets that even before I do a presentation. Is everybody financially successful in this world?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Or most people?
No.
Or half? Less than 10% of American adults have their finances optimized. 2 out of 3 adult Americans don't have $1,000 in savings.
2 out of 3?
1 out of 3 American adults doesn't even have a savings account. Now you might think to yourself, well, I got more than $1,000 in savings. I've got a savings account. I'm ahead of the game. But hold on, Jason. Let's go back to your sample here. I just paid off all your loans and liabilities and put $50,000 more in assets. I'm going to make a bold statement. I want to know if you agree or disagree. Just because I did that, it doesn't guarantee your financial success for the rest of your life. True or false?
100% true.
Why?
I could have 50 grand in like 2 days.
If you don't manage your cash flow, what could happen to that 50,000 really quick? Yeah, it goes down. What could happen to credit cards? Let's talk about more than just mismanaging your cash flow. What if you get laid off? What if the cost of a gallon of gas goes back up to $4.50 a gallon? Is that going to affect your cash flow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a Prius, so actually.
Oh, sorry. So instead of gas, you buy granola, whatever. Shots fired. Above here, you've got protection. If your Prius, you're driving it because you just paid off all your student loans and have 50 grand in the bank, but you're driving through Brighton Center and you don't realize someone crossing the street and they hit your windshield and bounce off. You put your Prius in park. Hopefully, like, I don't know, you just like turn it off. Will it turn back on? Can you put it in park?
I think the Prius would have bounced off the person.
That's true. You inspect the damage of your Prius. Guys, best case scenario, what happens to that person? He jumps right back up, like brushes himself off, and he's like, oh, you drive a Prius. Like, no worries. I know. What's worst case scenario?
He dies.
You're driving a school.
That person doesn't get up. What would their family do to you?
Sue your ass.
Does it matter that, Jason, that I just paid off all your student loans? Does it matter that you have 50 grand in the bank? What's the financial product that you have in your life that matters the most at that time?
Protection.
What type of protection? When you drive a car?
Insurance.
Your car insurance. I know it sounds silly. If I asked most of you guys in this room, how much do you pay for your car insurance? Most of you guys would know how much you pay. But if I asked you, how much protection does that car insurance policy give you in the event of you an incident? Most people don't know the answer to that question. Do you think you should know that question? The answer? Yeah, the minimum is $40,000 in Massachusetts. So if you call Geico and you spend 15 minutes to save 15%, you sign up for the bare bottom. Let's say that that person sues you, their family sues you, and all you have is $40,000. Geico writes a check to that family. Are they going to be happy?
No.
What are they going to do?
Sue you for
Yep.
your assets.
Where does the damage go? Through the roof of your house into what? What are they going to take with that $50,000? Are they going to take it?
100% of it.
Fuck yeah. What happens if you don't have enough to pay them how much they're looking for? What do? Anyone know?
Go after your earnings.
That's right. In the state of Massachusetts, there's precedent where they actually garnish 33% of your paycheck. So you don't even see it. Direct deposit. It's like taken out of your payroll system. It's like back alimony or child support. If you don't pay that stuff, they just take it right out from you. Is that financial success or failure?
Something.
If that happens to you and you don't have the right shit and they take your money, success or failure?
Failure.
Failure. Holy fuck, right? Financial guys would say holy fuck. So lesson number one is think of all four sections of your financial house. It's not just your assets and your liabilities. How many of you guys have student loans here? Raise your hands. Do student loans stress you out, yes or no?
No.
Like sometimes they do, right? But why don't they anymore? Explain.
I am desensitized to my crushing debt.
Precisely. What matters each month? Hold on. What's your first name?
Dan.
Dan, when you wake up in the morning, do you feel the amount of balance that you have in student loans, or do you feel your monthly payment?
Balance, probably.
Anyone else? Monthly, like for example, if you owe $50,000, right? That's one thing. If the monthly payment was $150 a month or $1,500 a month, what affects you more day to day is the monthly payment, not so much the balance at the end of it, right? Cash flow and how much of your income it takes is a big deal. All right, let's talk about some more tangible shit. What banks do people use?
Bank of America.
What else? Shout them out.
Jean's
Love it. Credit unions. All right. What else? Hey, who else here? Who uses credit unions here? Raise your hands. Cool. 3. Nice. What other banks do we use? Santander, Citizens, B of A. We heard. Yep.
Chase.
Chase.
What matters?
What matters? What's that?
No. No.
Oh, that's their phrase.
That was their slogan like 5 years ago, but it's stuck in my head.
Gotcha. All right, guys, ready? We're going to talk about cash flow management. This is really fun. I love cash flow management. First off, budgets are bullshit. That's right. A financial professional who says budgets are bullshit. When you think about budgets, you might like make an Excel spreadsheet of like a Google Doc. I'm pointing you because you mentioned Google Docs and Excel spreadsheets for your school bus conversion, right? Rent, my student loan, my utilities, how much I'm going to pay for groceries. I like to get my hair cut. I like to go to Celtics games. And then you like try to guess how much. Who's done this before? Raise your hands. Anyone made a budget before like this? Yeah. What happens after a while?
I don't look at it.
You don't look at it. It feels good for a second. It goes out the window. It usually doesn't last.
Gives me a little notification on my phone that I go over.
Exactly, right? Some of you guys might be using some of these budgeting apps like Mint or You Have a Budget and stuff like that. What if instead we just had a system where, how many of you guys like the sound of this? You never had to worry about when payday was. Would you like that?
Yes.
What if you knew that your bills were always paid ahead of time with abundance? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good feeling? Check this out. There's a golden rule when it comes to bank accounts. And if you're going to take anything away from today, take away the golden rule. The golden rule is that each bank account, we'll abbreviate it BA, can only have one purpose. Not 2, not 3, and not 4. Simona, can you be my guinea pig on this? Simona, what's your favorite beach?
Ooh. Horseneck.
Horseneck Beach. Love it. Imagine I challenged you to go to Horseneck Beach and grab me a handful of sand and carry it all the way home.
Woo!
How much sand are you going to bring to your front doorstep?
Probably none.
What happened to it?
Slip through your fingers.
Maybe slowly, maybe all at once. It fell through the cracks. It'd be a lot nicer if you could have what? Like a bucket or something, right? What if instead I told you that, guys, like, the way that sand is falling through your fingers, dollars can be happening the same thing, like falling through your fingers. You're working hard and you're like, shit, the money just like, fuck, where did it go? It's January, right? You guys are gonna start getting your W-2s and stuff when the government gets back up and running?
No, we don't know.
You get your driver's license.
Too
It's like,
soon.
slow, hashtag too soon. Well, my point being, you're gonna start receiving W-2s and you're gonna say, oh, that's how much money I made last year. How many of you guys ever feel, where the fuck did it go?
I just got my mail and I was like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right?
FICO, why did he take all my money?
Yeah, who's FICO? Who is this dude? So, look, how many of you guys, raise your hand, how many of you guys have a checking account in this room? Yes? Oh my god, everybody, all of it. Checking account. But hold on. What are some things that get taken out of a checking account every month?
Netflix.
Bills! So what we talk about here is, what do you think one of the purposes is of your checking account? For this checking account, what's the purpose of it? Is?
Bills.
Bills. Question, do you think that this pays some of your bills or all of your bills? All of them. That means you don't have one account that pays your rent, your student loan, your car, and then a separate account that pays your cell phone and your utilities. Or a credit card that gets charged. Everything should get charged out of one bills checking account. And what we talk about here is having all income go into this account. So this could be direct deposit. What other ways do we have income? Eugene, how many ways do you earn income?
Under the table cash.
Sure, fucking cash. Somebody pays you cash. What other ways does money come into your world?
Passive income.
Passive income, rent from your tenants, sure.
Job, not away money.
Rental income. Hey, who here uses Venmo? Do you guys ever like split shit with your friends and then fucking they Venmo you money and it's like, fuck, I gotta pay the credit card or else I'm gonna get, fuck!
Slush fund.
So here's what we talk about. All income, doesn't matter what it is, should go into your bills account. What does the bills account do? It pays the bills. What are bills? There's 3 things that are bills. Number 1 is any kind of automatic payments. Who here has automatic payments? What's an example of something that gets taken out automatically?
You're right.
Rent, electricity.
Yeah, these are things that like you don't have to log on and do anything. It just fucking comes out, right? Okay. The second kind is the ones that you do have to log on. The online bill pay. Does anyone have any of these? You have to like go onto your bill pay, like set the fucking thing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3 is any kind of checks that you write. Who here writes checks still? Welcome to 2019. Right? Maybe rent or to somebody. Parents write this to babysitters all the time and shit, right? Okay. You guys ready? Here's where 9 out of 10 Americans fuck up. They have this little plastic thing in their pocket with like a Visa or a MasterCard logo, and it has their name and some numbers and an expiration date. So that when they need to buy gas for their car, or groceries, or go out with their friends, or go to Starbucks, or do Amazon shopping, or do whatever the fuck they want to do, most people have what? It linked to the same account that pays their bills. Red flag. Why? Because you've got the one checking account doing 2 things. Red flag. Instead, is there a rule that says you can only have one checking account at the bank?
No.
Hell's no. Oh my God. We're going to call this one spending. And guess what? We're going to set up an automatic transfer system. And instead of this linking up to our bills account, it's going to link up to our spending. What this allows you to do is know that all your bills are going to be paid while spending guilt-free with your debit card. What are the 3 things that come out of here? All swipes. Who here swipes their card a lot? Fuck yeah. If you're swiping a card and the money's coming out of the same account that pays your bills, so your booze money and your bills money is in the same account, how much money is going to be in that account?
0.
0. Negative. Picking up what I'm putting down? Does this make sense? Number 2, any kind of online shopping. Who here shops on Amazon? Yeah, all the time. The other thing that fits into that category is any apps. Who uses Grubhub, Drizzly, Uber, any of those apps? Yeah, if your Uber account is linked to the account that pays your bills, red flag. How many of you guys use a credit card for all your purchases? Raise your hands, show of hands. Why? Why do you like doing that?
Points.
Points and miles! If the account that pays off your credit card is the same account that pays for your bills, red flag. Because you're not measuring how much you're spending. You make a shit ton of money, you charge up your credit card, what are you going to do at the end of the month? Pay it off. Because you're not supposed to pay interest. So if you charge $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 and you have money in the account, you should pay it off. But if you spent an extra $2,000, isn't that kind of a big deal? Yeah. What if instead you just had a transfer set up for $400 a week? Pick a number, I don't care, $300 a week, $500. We'll show you how to figure out what this number is. Every week, it just filled up your spending account. Danny, can I use you as a guinea pig? Imagine today was Monday morning. Okay? You wake up in bed, do a little stretch. All of your bills are paid for the next 3 months. With tears of joy and happiness. Okay. The only question I have for you though is how much money would you like to have for the week? For your swipes and your online apps and purchases and any kind of cash that you take out of the ATM comes out of your spending account. And if I was to ask you, Danny, how much money do you need for the week or would you like for the week? Knowing that it's Monday morning, so you got to cover Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, Friday, Friday night, Saturday brunch, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday brunch, Sunday afternoon. Wait, you guys have leftover food from Moishe House events all the time. You like don't go grocery shopping. And then like you wake up Monday morning and ready, it's gonna refill again with the same amount. Is there a number in your head or in your gut that you're like, yo, Dimitry, if I knew that I could have that much money in my spending account each week, I wouldn't even need it anymore. I'd be good. I might even have a little bit left over. And it would be like rollover minutes. I could just roll over to the next week. Shout out AT&T Singular Wireless 2005. You don't have to just answer, brother. Guys, do you get what I'm saying, right? Couldn't each of you kind of think in your heads, holy fuck, it's Monday, like how much money do I need for the week? Can we all kind of envision that? Know that, yeah, hey, does groceries sound like fun to go shopping for fucking, does anyone enjoy that?
If you're big.
Yes, God bless you. Fucking hate it. Or like buying gas for your car, does that feel like fun? No one fucking enjoys it. But wouldn't you agree that it's not a bill? Because how do you pay for it? You were there and fucking minds go? This is why they made me do last and not first. Alright, so one part of this, guys, the whole each bank account having one purpose, bills versus spending. You with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm gonna blow your minds even more now. I was waiting for that. How many of you guys have ever used an online bank for savings? What's your first name?
Matt.
Matt. What bank do you use?
Bank of America.
So Bank of America, interesting. The reason why we don't call them an online bank is because they have branches. They have a ton of locations. Has anyone used an online bank like Ally Bank, Synchrony, Marcus by Goldman Sachs?
I
Anybody?
almost did.
Cool. All right. Raise a hand. Yeah, Capital One started using, but they opened up cafes and all that stuff.
Yeah, didn't used to.
Cool. How about this as an example? Guys, would we agree that a good purpose for a savings account is something that we call an emergency fund? Agreed or disagreed?
Mm-hmm.
What's the purpose of an emergency fund?
Emergency.
In the event of what happening? Like what?
Like the previous example of the car.
Yeah, holy fuck. Yeah, hit someone, some shit fucking happen when you money on the side. How about we lose our jobs?
Broke your wrist.
You break your wrist, yeah, dental surgery, shit fucking happens, right? This emergency fund, if it's at the same bank that you have your bills and your spending account at, why is that inefficient?
Because you can dip into
It's
it.
right there.
Number one, you can easily dip into it. That's an obvious reason. Why else? Yeah, so what's the interest that a Bank of America pays you on your savings account?
Very little.
Tiny.
So 0.02. And you all can check this.
7% for the first $500.
So 7% of $500 is $22. That's fucking Instead, guys, what if all of us right now could start earning 2.20%? So all of us have phones in our pockets. I know because you're mostly texting during my conversations. So why don't we all pull them out and look up, I'm kidding. Ally.com, ALLY.com. These are online savings banks where you can open up as many savings accounts as you want and they pay you 2.2% with zero minimum balance, with zero monthly fees, with no hidden tricks or charges. Why can they pay you a higher interest than Bank of America?
No physical location.
Exactly. So what does that mean?
$25,000 minimum deposit.
There's no minimum. So you go under online savings, click under online savings and pull up their savings account. On all tiers, it is 2.20%. No worries. It's okay. So I've been doing this for 10 years. So I've helped 1,000 families with all this stuff. I literally help them optimize their stuff. Hey, who here wants to buy real estate in the next 2 years? Anybody? Or a house? Yeah? Cool. Guess what? Your down payment money should be separate from your emergency fund. Who here wants to travel in 2019 or 2020? Yeah, how the fuck are you going to pay for it?
Separate fund.
With my weekly card money.
Moishe House. Yeah.
Emergency fund.
Moishe House fun.
Is travel an emergency?
I mean, sometimes.
Can you come back from a trip and get fired? Can you come back from a trip and need dental surgery? Can you come back from a trip and find your car has flat tires, the window got broken, the fridge isn't working, mama needs help, and all that shit happens on the same fucking day? Could that happen?
Yeah.
Do you want your finances to withstand it or not?
Maybe.
So, somebody started smoking my pot before I could. So at Ally Bank, first off, are you going to earn more interest? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let's do some quick math. Who wants to be who's our engineer math person? Wants to? Yeah, go ahead. Alex, can you pull up your calculator on your phone?
Or your
Watch.
Feel
Or
free
your
to
watch.
use
Who's watching the calculator?
Cool, ready?
Mine looks bigger.
Love it. So, we want to figure out, if I have $20,000 in a savings account, 20,000, and I want to find out what 0.02% of that is.
Very little. Don't need to use a calculator.
0.2%. $4. It's $4.
$4.
Wow.
So on 20,000 that I would keep at Bank of America, they would pay me $4 a year. Or really what would happen is that every month I get 35 cents of interest. P.S. What are they doing with my 20,000?
Making money.
What are they doing?
Make a stay.
How are they making bank with it?
Investing it.
What do they do?
So,
They lend it out on a credit card to their consumers, to their clients. How much do they charge in interest on credit cards? So they're charging other Americans 22%, and they're paying me 0.02. This is why Ron Swanson says all banks are Ponzi schemes run by idiots.
we're geniuses.
Hashtag Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
Versus Ally Bank, do me the math. If I have $20,000 earning 2.2%, $440 divided by 12, I'm earning $36 a month in interest. That could be half my cell phone bill. That could be half my electric bill. So the benefits of having an online, P.S., can you have two banks? Is that allowed? Yeah. Can you have a physical bank for your two checking accounts? Yeah. Should you be paying any fees on those accounts? Yes or no?
No.
Has anyone seen anything like this before? Is this helpful?
Yeah.
What if instead, right, we're going to close out with this very simple visual here. So personally at Ally, I have like 6 different accounts. They all have a different nickname for different purposes. Travel, real estate, I have to set aside money for taxes because I'm a 1099 employee. I'm gonna use a different color. So guys, all of you can do this simple exercise on a piece of paper or at a bar on a napkin. The money that comes into your world, you really can only do 3 things with it. You're either going to save it, you're either going to use it to pay a bill, or you're going to spend it.
You burn it.
Spend it.
With
So let's use an example. if I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, Dimitry, I put together the skeleton, I put together the bones of it. I have 2 checking accounts, one labeled bills, one labeled spending. And I have my savings accounts nicknamed it Ally. And I'm looking to fund it and figure out how much should go where. First off, let's say that in bills, we add up all this shit. Rent, student loans, utilities, all this freaking headache shit. And every month we gotta pay $2,500 a month in bills. Okay? Imagine if that's your X factor. Not Joe Rogan, but I've used that. I brought that back. 2019. Sorry. We'll see how it goes. Wait till he sues me.
Oh, you have a fund for that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do it.
We're all insurance.
That's true. Errors and omissions. If your monthly bills amount is $2,500, would you ever want the balance in this account to go down to $200? How would you feel? Shitty. What's going in your head when the balance is $200 and you pay $2,500 a month in bills? When's my next paycheck coming in? When's the next bill fucking clearing? Holy fuck, holy fuck, holy fuck. Right? What if instead this account was fat? Where it never went under like 2 times worth of this and never really went over 3 times. So in this example, this account is always between $5,000 and $7,500. Now how would you feel?
Good.
Holy shit, it's fucking January, my bills account has $7,000 in it, I pay $2,500 a month in bills, my bills for March are already accounted for. Would I ever need to touch my emergency fund if my bills account's fat? Is there any no, right? Can I easily send, so let's use this example, $400 a week times 4 weeks, what, 1,600? Ish, right? $2,500 a month in bills? Cool, I mean, let's say this person's making, I don't know, $5,000 a month. So you just do the math. So okay, how much can we set aside regularly? Holy fuck, in this instance, this person can set aside $800 to $900 a month from bills into these Ally accounts. The bills account's gonna stay fat and pay all the bills, and they can go spend this money guilt-free without any budgeting, caring about how much they're spending on lattes versus the movie theater versus haircuts. It's Monday morning, you got $400. You gotta fucking eat and put gas in your car and then go do whatever the hell you want. Pretty cool? Mm-hmm. One of the biggest, most important things, the factor here, guys, is how much of your income are you able to save? So if someone's making $100,000 per year, or any income per year, we always look at 15 to 20% total should be set aside. Whether it goes into a 401k, or a savings account, or an investment account, or a shoebox, or an envelope, or a pocket, you're just setting aside and not touching it. So if I make $100,000 a year and I don't touch 20,000, right? Let's say I put 10 grand into my 401k, 5 grand into my Roth, and 400 a month into my emergency fund. I've saved the right amount. Then I can pay my bills and do what with everything that's left over?
Spend it.
Guilt-free. If I want to oversave and spend less, can I? If I want to be overly aggressive and pay back my low fixed rate debt because it makes me feel better, okay, sure, you have choices. Is this helpful? Mm-hmm. Cash Flow 101. Thanks for having me, guys.